You just got a raise. Not huge, but real. Enough that you thought, finally, things are about to get easier. You check your bank account a month later, and somehow you still have nothing saved. Same paycheck-to-paycheck feeling, same low balance, same quiet panic when something breaks. How is that even possible? Most people think the problem is simple. You're not making enough money yet, and when you do make more, you'll finally start saving. But here's what actually happens. Someone making $30,000 a year feels broke. They get promoted, now they're making $60,000. Still broke. Another jump? $90,000. Still broke. It's not about the income, it's about something else entirely, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm Eli. I'm not here to tell you to budget harder or skip coffee. I'm here because most money advice treats this like a math problem. It's not. It's a psychology problem. And if that sounds more useful to you than another savings calculator, you might want to stick around. This channel is for people who want to understand why they do what they do with money, not just what they should do. Here's what happens when you're financially stressed. Your brain shifts into survival mode, and survival mode has one job: make it through right now. Not next month, not next year, right now. So when you finally get more money, your brain doesn't say, save this. It says, finally, relief, permission. Permission to stop worrying for a minute. Permission to feel normal. Permission to have the things everyone else seems to have without even thinking about it. And that feeling, that brief moment where money doesn't feel tight, becomes the thing you chase. Not security, not savings, just not feeling behind. There's an invisible weight you carry when you feel broke. It sits on your shoulders, constant, heavy. And when you get a raise, you think, finally, I can put this down. But here's the trap. You don't put it down. You just upgrade it. You were spending $1,200 on rent because that's all you could afford. Now you're making more, so you move somewhere for $1,800. You were driving a beater, now you lease something decent. You were buying the cheap groceries, now you're at Whole Foods. None of those things are bad, but the weight, it never actually got lighter. You just recalibrated what normal pressure feels like, and you're right back where you started. Let's make this concrete. Say you're making $40,000 a year. After taxes, that's about $2,700 a month take home. Rent, $1,100, car payment, $350, insurance, $150, groceries, $400, phone, internet, utilities, $200, gas, $150. You're at $2,350. You've got $350 left. Tight, but manageable. Now you get promoted. You're making $70,000. Take home is now $4,600 a month. But you moved to a nicer place. Rent's now $1,900. You upgraded the car, payments $550. Better insurance, $220. You're eating better, going out more, groceries and dining, $700. Gym membership, streaming services you didn't have before, $120. New number is $4,540. You've got $60 left. You're making 75% more money, and you somehow have less breathing room than before. This is the moment that changes everything. This isn't about money, it's about identity. When you were making $40K, you thought, I can't afford that life yet. When you hit $70K, you thought, now I deserve that life. And that word, deserve, is where the trap lives. Because deserving a nicer apartment or a better car isn't wrong. But if every time you make more, you immediately recalibrate what you deserve to match what you earn, you never actually lift the weight. You just get stronger at carrying it. The shift is this. Do you want to feel like you're finally living right, or do you actually want to have room to breathe? And just to be clear, this isn't your fault. The system is designed to make you do this. Every ad you see is engineered to make you feel like you're behind. Every Instagram post shows you someone living better. Every car commercial makes your current car feel like a compromise. Credit card companies will raise your limit the second you get a raise because they know. Apartment complexes will show you the aspirational unit because they know. Lifestyle inflation isn't a personal failure. It's a feature of the economy. You're not weak. You're not bad at money. You're responding exactly how you've been trained to respond. But now that you see it, you can choose differently. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. You get the raise, you feel relief, and immediately you start planning how to spend it. New apartment, better car, that vacation you've been putting off, and 6 months later, you're in the exact same financial position you were before the raise. Same stress, same paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, just with nicer stuff around you. Real example. Someone I know went from $50K to $85K in 2 years. Within 18 months, they had a new car lease, moved to a luxury apartment, started traveling constantly. Their rent went from $900 to $2,100, car payment from $0 to $650. They thought they were finally living the life they'd earned. Then they lost their job and realized they had 3 weeks of savings. That's the cost of not catching this early. Here's what I need you to hear. You don't have to upgrade. You got the raise, that's real, that's yours, but you're allowed to keep living the exact same way you were before. Same rent, same car, same routine, and just let the extra money sit. You're allowed to be boring with it. You're allowed to not impress anyone. You're allowed to say, I'm good where I am. That's not settling, that's the actual way out. This channel is for people who are tired of advice that sounds good but never actually works. People who want to understand the psychology behind the choices they make. If that's you, hit subscribe. Not because I need you to, but because this kind of thinking, it stacks, and the more you see it, the clearer everything gets. You're not behind. You just didn't realize the game resets every time you level up. But now you do. So the next time you get a raise, you'll have a choice. Carry the same weight at a higher income, or finally, actually put it down. The weight doesn't disappear, but you get to decide if it stays the same or starts to lift.